Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones, the final game in the Sands of Time trilogy. Being the last game in this awesome saga, it had a lot to live up to. The other two games were impressive by their own, and this could not be less. Was the Prince of Persia a big bang or just a soft whisper that nobody heard? This is Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones, years later. Despite being really good games, Sands of Time and Water Within didn't sell as well as users hoped. They want this to be a big, long-lasting franchise, but things were not okay. The first game had decent sales and the second was selling even less. There was a lot of resources put into building the franchise and things were not working out. On top of that, the development cycles were just too short, less than a year. So there was no time to make many adjustments. By the time they have to plan most of this game, they just look at the sales and said, okay, more Sands, less Warrior. And that is what they did. We took the linear level design, the Arabian setting, all the characters are back. It's give a little sensation of being there, done that. Even the plot is recycled. The Sands are released, everything is fucked, and now you must unfuck it. The narration is back, except not really, but not everything is recycled. There is a lot of new stuff in here. The game looks really good, not beautiful, but clean and smooth. Every single piece was designed to fit the theme and polished to give the sensation that it belongs there. Because of that, not a lot of things stands out. Certainly it looks great and you can enjoy looking at it, but you're not probably gonna remember anything in about 2 days. The things you're probably going to remember are those weird chariot sections that come out of nowhere for 45 seconds and then disappear. Those are weird and glitchy. And boss fights too, you're going to remember those. Not because they're good, which they are, they're really good, but because you can say like, that's from God of War, that's from Zelda, I don't know what that's from, but I'm seeing it in another game. They took a lot of inspiration from other games, but well, if you're gonna copy it, do it right, and they did it right, so no problem there. It's a strange feeling, but the strangest thing is definitely the combat. In the last game, combat was one of my favorite parts, and here it's pretty much the same, but I don't like it at all. We still have a lot of acrobatic moves in our disposition, and just like the last two games, one or two are enough to beat the game, but in those, if you use more complex moves, you can defeat your enemy faster. This time, all moves do almost the same damage. No matter what you do, your only option is hit them, and 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 they don't die! It doesn't make a lot of sense. The enemy have more health, I have less health, and it's harder to avoid enemy attacks. If I am in the middle of a long animation and I cannot stop, I should not be able to take damage. I make it sound like this is not a very good game, but it's not bad, it's just your run-of-the-mill stuff. But there is a catch. If you separate this game into the main game I've been talking about so far and the rest of the game, that rest of the game is freaking awesome. Running, jumping, climbing, doing backflips, it feels amazing. The game has so many new elements where you can do so many crazy stuff. The only way I can describe it is like parkour platforming. It's so awesome that the only thing you can do is love it. I wish the game had more traps, like those corridors in Water Within just filled with traps. Not many of those in here, but still really cool. The game introduced stealth, so you can use all your acrobatics to sneak around past your enemies. I love it because it gives me more opportunity to use something I like using. And of course, with stealth comes stealth skills, and the game focuses heavily on that. Most encounters can be avoided if you kill all the enemies without being seen. There's even some flashy kills here. Get it? That's why the combat is so weird. Was supposed to sneak kill everyone, not to fight them head on. Noted. This game should be called Ninja of Persia. No matter what he does, he's a ninja now. He's agile, silence, and sneak kill people. Just look at that. Ninja. The other inclusion I like is the Dark Prince. I don't want to spoil anything, so I will call it the Dark Prince. Imagine it's like the prince have a split personality disorder, and now there is this new guy inside his head. This new personality is like mean and sarcastic, which is the perfect contrast with the serious and respectful prince. It gives us a better look into the personality of the prince without relying on another character for dialogue. Besides, being so different, their interaction is always interesting to look at. I like that. In fact, I really like this game. It has some big problems, yes. Can you skip most of those problems? Yeah, so it's a great experience overall. I want to say it's a great game. I wanted to do that for all three, but all has small details that kept them in the area of are good, but not great. It's the best way I can describe them without being exaggerated or pessimistic. This is one of the few game series when you can marathon one after the other and it won't feel repetitive, and that's a merit by its own. What I want to say is that Arabian Ninja, I mean Prince of Persia, the Two Thrones, worth a play. If there's a game you'd like me to talk about, leave it in the comments. If you like what you see, please subscribe, give it a like, and share all the love we have here on the Trivial Game Show. Don't be a stranger, and see you next time.